This is Steve at E Speaks For You channel on YouTube, and this review is going to be on the Keltec PF9. I have it here in front of me. The box where it comes in, which is actually a really nice box. I'm going to be giving you the pros and the cons on of what I feel about this gun. To begin with, well, first here's the gun, and I'll go over with what it brings. But to start, let's do a safety check. Magazine's out, and there's nothing in there. Okay, so it's safe. Anyhow, the gun comes in a really nice case. It's a hard case, and I personally think it's pretty nice for what it is, for being so affordable as far as a gun goes. It comes in a little case, and it has the latches where it opens, which also has little loops in here, so you can maybe lock it if you want to store it away. And basically what it comes with, okay, it has its manual, the PF9 manual. It brings a small Allen wrench that is used to adjust the rear sight, which can be adjusted for windage, and it comes with the flat base plate for the magazine, but it also brings the one with the finger rest. So that's the one I currently have on right now. And it also brings a trigger lock. Put this aside for a moment. Now the PF9, the Keltec PF9, it's really good as far as when it comes to being compact. It's very easy to carry, very slim. It's very lightweight, and I believe it weighs about 13 ounces, give or take. And it comes with one magazine, and the magazine holds seven rounds, plus you can have an extra one in the chamber. And it really, as far as safety features go, what it does have is it's a hammer block safety, which helps from accidental discharges in case if the pistol is dropped. So it does have a hammer safety block. But as far as any type of manual safeties, it's basically just you putting your finger in the trigger. Basically the best way to avoid shooting it is don't put your finger in the trigger. As far as how it feels in the hand, I don't have a very big hand to start with, but I feel that the grip, if it would have been maybe a little bit longer, it would have felt a little bit better. But it does have a nice grip here. This one in particular it's a green Cerakote, or like an olive green. I personally like this one versus some of the other ones because it gives it more of a military. See if you can see that. It gives it more of a military tactical look to it, considering it's such a cheap gun. It has 3-dot sight, as I said before. The one in the back, it's has a little screw there, which you can adjust for windage. And I've shot about 100 rounds through this. Honestly, I had no misfires, I had no jams, I had no problems with it. I put 2 different brands through it. I also shot some hollow points and I had no problem whatsoever in feeding or anything. This one does have a Picatinny rail. It's about a 1 inch Picatinny rail. I did like the trigger pull on it. It's 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 a 5 pound. I believe it's a 5 pound trigger pull. What it has, and this is a 9 millimeter. That's why it's the PF9, and it is a double action only. I'm not a big fan of double action onlys, but I do like to have something that's comfortable with to carry. I am in Florida, and actually this gun is actually made in Florida, in Cocoa, Florida. And it on the last shot, the slide stays open. The takedown is fairly simple. There's a little button there, so you can see it. There's a little. It's like a little. Um, the way you take it down is you pull the slide back, and it lines up the groove on the slide with that lever thing. As I was saying, with the bottom of a bullet, you use the bottom of it, and you just kind of like lift it up. Comes right out. Put it back in. You do basically the steps backward, and then you just align it in there, and it snaps right back in. That's basically the whole takedown procedure. Well, that's the procedure to begin your takedown, with that little lever right there. One thing I don't like, as far as the disassembly is very simple, but the reassembly, one little trick that you have to do is you have to be, as you're putting the slide in, you have to be pressing down on the barrel. So you kind of have to use your thumb as you're pushing the slide in. Otherwise, it won't fall into place properly. Also, some other cons I didn't like is the size of the trigger guard to put your finger in there. I mean, I'm not a big guy to begin with, and to put your finger in there, it's very small. So I'm not crazy about that. There's a lot of room back here, but there's not a lot of room in the front. Not a big fan of that. It is very lightweight. It shoots decently. Since it is a 9, it does have, in my opinion, it does have a bit of recoil for a 9. And then since you don't have such a great grip, down below, you're kind of like, your fingers are kind of on the tight side down there. You do tend to feel that recoil a bit, especially with the hollow points. A lot of recoil with the hollow points, in my opinion. But overall, it's a good gun to carry. It's lightweight. It's you don't have a lot of imprint on your clothes when you carry it. I don't know, maybe on a scale from 1 to 10, depends what you're talking about. If you're talking about it being portable and easy to carry, concealment and so forth, I would definitely give it a 10 on that. But as far as shooting comfort, I would probably give it more of an 8 or a 7. It's not very comfortable to shoot. And as far as the accuracy, I'm not the best shot in the world, but I have shot better with other guns. I wasn't too thrilled about the accuracy on it. I would have to give it about a 7 or an 8 on that as well. Overall, would I recommend it? Well, again, I'm not a big fan of double action only guns. Um, I used to carry the LCP, the Ruger LCP, but it is a 380, so I wanted to carry a little bit more firepower and also something that the rounds were a little bit more affordable. So, you know, for carry purposes, I guess it's okay. Um, I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep carrying it or I may just go back to carrying the the Ruger LCP, which basically fits in my pocket. This one I do have to use a small holster for it, um, but it does fit in my pocket, but it's not really a true pocket gun in my opinion, because it you see a lot of it, the imprint, and you have to have a deep pocket to to carry this. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed the this video. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. This is Steve at He Speaks For You channel.